First on the scale, with a record of 28-2 with 19 KOs, Toka Kahn Clary. $129, $129 for Toka Kahn Clary. And next on the scale, with a perfect record of 14-0, 8 victories by knockout, Shakur Stevenson. $130.5. 130.5 for Stevenson.
Remember, a 10-round fight, not a title fight yet. Title fight's going to be coming up for Shakur Stevenson at 130 pounds, but he checks in at 130.5.
Tess, but he still got to make the weight, man. You know, and 0.5 doesn't seem like a whole lot, but you know, fighters are at their weakest point right here. You know, they get on the scales and they look all buff and strong, and yeah, but we're at our weakest point, man. It's a fragment of what we'll be the next day. So coming in here 0.5 over could be a scale issue. Could be a scale issue, but he has to make that weight.
Well, he's gonna make it. He's got to. He took his watch off. You know, I'm not worried about 0.5. He'll drop the shorts, and he should make
everything.
it.
But he should
on this second try right here.
But he shouldn't have to drop his draws, Dre.
I mean, Tim,
what, man?
It's a 0.5.
I get it.
If it's a pound or above, I understand. It's 0.5.
Second go around here for Shakur to make 130.
130 on the nose.
There it is, Timmy.
130 on the nose for Stevenson.
I'm glad he made it.
The mask, the shorts, the watch, and the little booties.
That's all it took.
There's your half pound right there. Now listen, he was a surprise addition to this card. We thought we were going to have Valdez and Burchelt. Burchelt tested positive for COVID. And Shakur said, I'm sitting back, I'm watching Teofimo Lopez, I'm watching Bud Crawford, I'm watching Tank Davis. I want to fight. I want to be out there and be active.
That's who he is, Joe, and I think that's one thing that is very unique about Shakur is he stays in the gym, and he's a guy who believes in his abilities, but he's not asking for anything prematurely. He's telling Tim, don't put me on the pound-for-pound top 10, please. I'm not ready yet, but he's a guy who wants to earn it. And that's what I appreciate about him.
I want to mention this, that we have Max on Boxing coming up, a live Max on Boxing, and Shakur Stevenson will join Max Kellerman, as well as Edgar Berlanga is going to be with Max Kellerman as he tries to go 16-0 with 16 first-round knockouts. He said that to you. You said, Shakur, skill-wise, I'd have you near the top of the pound-for-pound list.
Exactly.
He says, don't put me there.
I said, listen to me. I said, you take your skill set, you put yourself in any weight class, you look at the top 10 right now, and you say, who can you beat? Where you belong? He said, well, Tim, he's like, no offense to Terrence Crawford, I spar him all the time, but I think I'll be number one. I think my skill set is up there with everybody. And I said, that's the reason why I have you on the top pound-for-pound list.
But the only problem is that's not the only criteria. If it were, I understand.
He won a world championship.
There's different criteria, as we know.
It's the eye test. That's all I need to see.
There is no doubt from a skill standpoint, he has sublime skill.
Give us some time.
He acknowledges that he wants the resume to thicken up, and that resume could be thickening up in no time. Could be getting the Frampton Herring winner. He says he then wants to go after the WBC belt and get the winner of Burchelt and Valdez.
Well, what happens when these guys don't want to face him? That's a huge problem. What happens? These guys don't want to face this young gun.
He's doing his part, though. He's putting on great performances, and he's calling their names.
You know, based on the guys who are at 130 pounds, I doubt that happens. I think these guys at 130 pounds will gladly take all these mega fights.
Well, you know, when there's big money on the line, I think so too. And there's belts on the line, I think so too. But like I said, you know, Valdez needed a dancing partner. Did he want to dance with Shakur Stevenson? Absolutely not. He didn't want to dance with him. He wanted Burchelt.
Well, he doesn't want to lose his title opportunity. You go in against Shakur, possibly you lose, then you don't have the title shot against Burchelt. Is there anything that could surprise us with Toka Kahn Clary?
Clary has skill. He has ability. He deserves to be at this level, but he's got to be better than he's ever been. I see him give ground sometimes when he's pressed in fights. He can't give up that kind of ground with a fighter with the instincts like Shakur Stevenson. So to answer the question, yes, but it's not likely.
I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. He doesn't have the style that can even mess with Shakur
Boxer
Stevenson. A guy that's going to mess with Shakur Stevenson is a guy with volume, a guy with power, a guy in this division named Burchelt, I believe.
The undefeated young superstar Shakur Stevenson on ESPN Saturday night.
So a long layoff. That chin hasn't been hit with the Maydon's gloves in some time now. And different styles. Styles make fights.
Here's Mark Kriegel.
Masayoshi, you're not a guy who talks a lot of stuff, but yesterday in our fighter meetings, you made a prediction. I'm wondering if you could share that with our audience and elaborate on that, why you think that way.
昨日ファイターミーティングで予想していただいたんですけれども、その予想を繰り返して言っていただくのと、なぜそれだけ自信があるか教えてください。
それが自分の仕事だと思っているからです。5ラウンド KO します。
Why? Because it's my job, and 5 rounds, I'll knock him out.
5 rounds, there you go, Bernardo.
All right, we're here with Felix Verdejo. Now, Masayoshi Nakatani just said he's going to knock you out in 5 rounds. But more importantly for you, what kind of message do you need to send? Because Teofimo Lopez went the distance with him. Dice Masayoshi que te van a quedar en 5 rounds, pero más importante, ¿qué tipo de actuación, qué mensaje tienes que enviar con tu actuación, tomando en cuenta que él llevó a la distancia a Teofimo López?
No, que lo demuestre en el ring, eso no hay que hablarlo, yo voy a hacer el trabajo y no voy a permitir que él le quite el plato de comida a mi hija de la mesa y pues yo voy a dar lo mejor de mí y yo sé que es una pelea importante para mí.
It's easier said than done. The most important thing is I prepared for this fight. I know what's at stake. He's not going to take the food off of my daughter's table, and that's the most important thing to me. ¿Cómo hiciste para evitar el brote de COVID-19 que azotó a tu gimnasio? There was a COVID outbreak at your gym. How did you deal with that situation so it didn't affect you?
Pues mira, yo me mantuve al margen siempre de las personas, siempre con los protocolos que tenemos de echar mucho alcohol cada vez que tocamos a alguien. No que me hablen cerca por las partículas que se quedan en el aire. Y pues obviamente siempre tuve distancia y siempre me mantuve al margen. Y gracias a Dios pues nunca arrojamos positivo en ningún momento. Y pues estamos saludables hasta ahora, gracias a Dios.
The most important thing I did was follow social distancing protocols. I would not allow people to get close to me, and because I didn't want the particles coming into my area. And more importantly, I just kept my hands sanitized. I was really respectful of other people's space and of my space because I knew what was at stake. And here we are. I'm healthy and ready to put on a show. Joe.